Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Wisdom International School's digital classroom for mathematics. So children, we are going to learn, continue with the quadratic equation which we had started. Last time during the session, I had taught you what a quadratic equation is, like how it looks like. And how to write an expression, right? How to write a frame an equation reading the word problem. So now we are going to learn something called as factorization. So what is factorization? See, look at this. You may get questions like this: find the roots of. Okay, so we are going to first understand what do you mean by the roots. Okay, they may also call it as zeros. See, all both mean the same, zeros or roots. So now let's look at the statement. It says, in general, a real number alpha is called a root of the quadratic equation. So if for this particular quadratic equation there is something, a root is a number, when if you take that particular number and when you substitute into this x, in place of x, you will get 0. You get it? Okay, so when will you call a number as a root? That number should satisfy the 0 condition. That is, if you substitute that particular number for the x value over here, you should get 0. Okay, we also say that x equals to alpha is a solution of the quadratic equation. So the root is, or you can call it as a solution also, and it also is, it's called as a zeros. Okay, understood? So they all are the same. Zeros, roots, or the solution all mean the same. Okay, so you should not get confused just by the word. They in your test, they may ask you any kind of question. They may say find the solution, or find the roots, or find the zeros. It all means the same. Okay, so now I am going to teach you how to find this. Okay, how to find the roots or the zeros or the solutions. All right. So if you have been given a quadratic equation like this, see, this is called as the standard form. This ax square plus bx plus c, this is in a standard form. Okay, this particular equation is in standard form. Okay, because why I'm calling this as a standard form is there are other forms also which you will learn in your higher classes later on. Okay, now for time being, you just have to learn the standard form. Understood? So if the equation is given like this, you are going to find the roots by the process called as factorization. So you have learned this factorization in your 9th grade, but still I'll teach you once. So whenever you get something like this, what do? You take the first, you see if it's arranged in a proper order. What do you mean by proper order? The first term should have the x square in it, second should be the one with the x, and last one should have the constant. Okay, take the first coefficient, first term, and the last term. Okay, 2 into 3, and you should consider the positive negative sign also. So 2 3s are 6 plus 6. Okay, and the middle term is minus 5. So you write this particular way of factorizing is called as splitting the middle term, because I'm going to split the middle term, right? Splitting the middle term. All right. So now how do I find the terms? How am I going to split the middle term? So you have to find two numbers which when multiplied gives you 6 and which when multiplied gives you 5. See, if I want to find the two numbers when multiplication gives you 6, see, I can actually get 6 into 1 as 6 or 2 into 3 as 6, right? But these two numbers should satisfy the negative 5 condition also. So if I do 6 plus 1, I mean 6 6 minus 1. See, if I take 6 minus 1, I am going to get 5, or if I take minus 6 plus 1, I will get minus 5. So this is giving you minus 5. But the minus 6 into plus 1, if I am taking minus 6 and plus 1, I'll have to take minus 6 and plus 1 here also. That is not giving me positive 6. No, it will give me minus 6. So this is not working. So now you look at the 2 and 3. 2 into 3 is giving you positive 6. And if I take minus 2 and minus 3, because 2 plus 3 gives you 5, but then I want minus 5, so I will take minus 2 and minus 3, that gives you minus 5. So if I have taken minus 2 and minus 3, I'll have to put a minus 2 and minus 3 here also, and that actually gives you minus into minus plus. So this perfectly works. So I will not take 6 and 1, I will instead take minus 2 and minus 3. So minus 2 into minus 3 is plus 6, minus 3, 2 plus minus 3 is going to give you minus 5. Now I am going to write this. See, the 2x square, see, I have got 2x square minus 5x plus 3, isn't it? The 2x square and the 3 will be written as it is. See, 2x square and 3, I have written it as it is here and here. Okay, these two are written as it is. Only the middle term, instead of 5x, I am going to write it as 2 x minus 3x, minus 2x minus 3x, because minus 5 is actually minus 2 plus minus 3, right? So why do I take it as minus 2x and minus 3x? Because I have a minus 5x over here. Got it? So I'll have to attach a x over here. Understood? So now I will take the first two terms, find the common of it. So 2x is the common over here, and if I take out the 2x common, I get x minus 1 inside. Here again minus, here I can take the 3 outside, so out of these two, 3 is common, so you take x minus 1. So all these things you have learned it in your 9th standard. It's just a revision again, okay? So now you write that 2x minus 3 ones inside the bracket and x minus 1 inside the bracket. So you now, how do you find the root? After this, see, in your 9th standard you would have learned till here how to factorize. Now after this, what you do is you take the first term, 2x minus 3 is equals to 0, and then take the second term, x minus 1 is equals to 0. Now you see 2x is equals to 3. Move the 3 to the other side. Now x is equals to 3 by 2. This is one of your solution or one of the roots, and x is equals to 1 is the second root. So you are getting two roots, okay? You will always get two answers. Understood? Now come to the next one. Find the roots of the quadratic equation, this one. So here what do? You take the 6 and the 2, multiply it. So you get minus 12, and you are supposed to get minus 1 over here because there is x, right? So that is minus 1x. So now we have to find out what are the two numbers, See, 6 into 2 gives you 12. 12 into 1 gives you 12. 4 into 3 gives you 12. So these are the three combinations. Now you see, 12 and 1 added or subtracted will never give you 1, right? So this will definitely not work. 6 plus 2 or 6 minus 2 is also not going to give you 1. So this is also not going to work. 4 plus 3 is 7. 4 minus 3 is 1. So this is giving you 1. So I will choose this, but I will have to consider the positive negative sign. So I am supposed to get a negative sign for the 12. So I have to put a negative sign either in front of the 4 or in front of the 3. Only then I can get a negative 12, isn't it? So I have to see in front of which number I am supposed to put a negative sign. So since I am supposed to have a negative 1, that means that the larger number should have a negative sign. So it's negative 4 into 3 is 12, and negative 4 plus 1 is plus 3 is negative 1. So the numbers are negative 4 and plus 3. Negative 4 and plus 3. Understood? So now I will just do as it is. 6x square and minus 2, I write it as it is. In the middle term, I will write it as negative 4x plus 3x. Or you write 3x minus 4x also, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Just you have to take the positive negative sign, okay? You have to move the sign with the number, alright? So now I take the first two numbers. From here, 2x is common. There is 2 common among them and x common. So inside the bracket, what do you get? 2 what multiplied by what gives you 6? 3. So 3. 2 3s are 6. And there's one x taken out. There's one more x written over here, okay? Then minus 4x should be there. From there, x is taken out. From 4, 2 is taken out. So 2 2s are 4. Okay, now again plus, here nothing is common in these two terms, so you take just one outside and you write the thing whatever is there inside as it is. Okay, now you should always get a bracket as it is inside. Both of them should have the same bracket. See, in the previous question also we ended up having x minus 1, right? Same way you should get a same bracket. Okay, if you get a different thing, that means you have gone wrong somewhere. So write 3x minus 2 once and write the remaining, that is 2x plus 1 once. Okay, now equate both the terms to 0. Take 2x plus 1, equate it to 0. Take 3x minus 2, equate it to 0. And then solve for the x. Move the 1, then move the 2. Here also you move the 2, then move the 3. Okay, so you know this thing, right? So these are the solutions. Now find the roots of quadratic equations when you have got 3x square minus 2 root 6x plus 2. So now you see you have a square root function. No problem. You just take these two numbers, 3 into 2. So you take 3 into 2 is plus 6, and you are supposed to get minus 2 root 6. So 6 is like, since you have to get a root over here, you consider split the 6 also in terms of root. 6 could be written as root 6 into root 6. Okay, so if I take root 6 into root 6, I get 6. And root 6 plus root 6 is going to give you 2 root 6, right? But then I am supposed to get a negative 2 root 6. So put a minus sign in front of both. Okay. So these are my factors. See, 3x square minus root 6x minus root 6x plus 2. So instead of 2 root 6, what will I do? Minus root 6x minus root 6x. Okay. Now I am supposed to split this. Now since there is a root involved, I will take the root of everything. See, 3 could be written as root 3 into root 3. Okay. So root of any number, let's say a into root a, will always give you simply a. Okay. So root 3 could be written as root 3 into root 3. 6 could be written as root 3 into root 2. Again 6 could be written as root 3 into root 2, and 2 could be written as root 2 into root 2. So I have written roots in everything in terms of root. Now here you see, if I take the first two terms, there is one root 3 common. So I write the root 3 out, and there is x common, right? There's here, from here 2 x's are there, here 1 x is there. So 1 x is common, so I write the x. Now what am I left out here? I am left out with another root 3 and 1 x. From here I am left out with only root 2. So I get a bracket. Now here you write the minus sign. Here you see, you have got root 2 common, so take out the root 2. Now you are left out with a root 3 and a x over here, and minus root 2. Why will I put a minus? Because I have taken out minus common outside. So minus into minus is plus, right? So root. Okay, so now this gives you root 3x minus 2, you write it once. This is root 3x minus root 2. So you are getting the same term, both the same factors, right? See, same term again and again, right? This is one term, and the other one left out, root 3x minus root 2 again. So two terms. So you are getting root 3x. So you can just take once and write it down. Okay. You're getting the two answers same time. That is also possible. Okay. Okay. So root 3x minus root 2 is equals to 0, or root 3x is equals to root 2. Move the root 2 to the other side, or x is equals to root 2 by root 3. You can also write it as x equals to the whole of root 2 over the 3, like this. Okay, and but then we usually don't keep the answer with the root in the denominator. So for that, what do? You multiply, since root 3 into root 3 gives you 3, right? So you multiply it with the root 3, but you can't just multiply in the denominator, you'll have to do it in the numerator also. So multiply in the numerator also. So you get root 3 into root 3 as simply 3, 2 into root 3, root 2 into root 3 is root 6. So this is the answer. Okay, so now you look at the exercise problem. They are asking you, find the roots of the following quadratic equation by factorization. So again we are going to do the same method. Okay, I'm just going to pick a few. I have picked few random questions, like the ones which seem to be a little different. So I've taken that. So here it's the third problem has got a root in it. So let's solve that. Okay, so first you'll have to multiply root 2 into 5 root 2. So 5 into root 2 into 2. So this is going to give you root 2 into root 2 is 4. Root 2 into root 2 is root 4, which is simply 2. Okay, and 5 into 2 is 10. So multiplying this and this gives you plus 10. And then 7x7 is the middle term. So you have to split it into two terms, so that you get 10 on multiplication and 7 on addition. So that's very easy. 5 into 2 is 10, and 5 plus 2 is 7. So you write the first term as it is, root 2x square, and last term as it is, 5 root 2. The middle term you write it as 5x plus 2x. Now again, if you look at it, you have got a root 2 over here. So let me split this into root 2 and root 2. Okay, because this is 2 is root 2 into root 2. Now here you see, only x is common. Even if I split it into root 5 over here, it's of no use, because I can't take anything common over here. That is why I have kept the 5 as it is. Okay, so here only x is common, so I get root 2x and a 5 inside. Here you see, I can take out a root 2 common, right, because this and this are same, and I get inside root 2x plus 5. Now you see, what do I have? I get x plus root 2 as one term, and root 2x plus 5 as the second term. Okay, now I equate both of them to 0. X plus root 2 equal to 0, root 2x plus 5 equals 0. So x equals to negative root 2 is one answer. Then you move the 5 to the other side, so you get negative 5 or minus 5. X equals to minus 5 by root 2. So again, as I said, to get rid of the root in the denominator, you multiply by root 2 and root 2. Okay, multiply and divide by root 2, root 2. So you get minus 5 root 2 by 2. See, in the numerator, if you have root, it's not an issue. From the denominator, you should try to take it out. Okay, now look at this problem. You have got the fourth problem has got 2x square minus x plus 1 over 8. So here you have got a rational number, right? So first what you do, see, whenever you have a rational number, it turns out to be a little complicated. So first get rid of the rational number, I mean the denominator. So if I want to get rid of the denominator, see, if I could multiply this by 8, if I had a 8 over here, I can actually cancel this, right? So that is what I'm going to do. So but I can't just multiply 8 with 1 over 8 alone. I'll have to do it with the whole equation. So that's what I have done. See, 2x square minus x plus 1 by 8 equals to 0. Multiply it with 8. So what does that give you? So this 8 has to be multiplied with each term inside. So when it gets multiplied with the 2, you get 16x square minus 8x plus 1 is equals to 0. Okay. Now 16 into 1 is going to give you 16. So you have 16 into 1 and you have a minus 8 in the middle. So you have to see what gives you 16. So here you see 4 4s are 16 and 4 plus 4 gives you plus 8. But I want a minus 8. So put a minus in front of it. Okay. So I get minus 4x minus 4x. See, this is what I have written. Now take the first two terms, take out the common 4x and then you get 4x minus 1. Here you take out negative 1 and you get 4x minus 1 and you get two common terms, 4x minus 1, 4x minus 1. So you can just write once, okay, 4x minus 1 equal to 0 or 4x equals to 1 or x is equals to 1 over 4. This is the solution. Okay, so now we'll look at one of the word problems. So here you see they say a cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. If the total cost of production on that day was rupees 90, find the number of articles produced and the cost of each article. See, when you read like this, you will definitely not understand in one reading. So read the last statement once. It says find the number of articles produced and the cost of each article. So first let us assume, let the number of articles produced be x. Now what is the relation given for the cost? So we go back to the question and we read it. Okay, a cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article was, so that they are talking about the cost of production, was 3 more than the twice the number of articles produced on that day. So we had actually assumed the articles produced on that day was x, right? Now they are saying the cost is 3 more than the twice the number of articles. So 2x is twice plus 3, right? Because it's 3 more than. Now this is what is your articles produced and cost of articles, it's been written. Now they are saying total cost of production on that day was 90. So total cost is 90 rupees. That is the number of articles produced and cost of each article. You know, when you multiply those two gives you 90, right? Isn't it? Number of articles produced were x and each article cost so much. So it's going to be 90 rupees. So now you multiply this. So you first, distribute this. X into 2x is 2x square plus x into 3 is 3x is equals to 90. So bring the 90 inside. So now you get a quadratic equation. Multiply 2 and 90, you get 180 minus 180, and inside in the middle you get 3. So you need to find the two numbers. Okay, so for that you take find the factors of 180 actually. So you can take the LCM to check what are the prime factors. So see, I have done over here. You would have learnt all these things in 7th, 8th and all. So 2 90s are, then 2 45, 3 15s are 45, 3 5s are 15 and 5 1s are 5. So you go up to like this, up to you get until you get 1 over here. Okay, so now you have to split it into two terms so that you get 180. So you can try out all the combination. So one by one you sit and try it out. So I have already done it for you. It's 15 into, see, 5 3s are 15 and the remaining 2 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12. If you take 15 and 12, you are going to get 180. 15 minus 12 is going to give you 3. So I choose 15 and 12. Okay, so 15 and minus 12 actually. Okay, so 15 minus 12. All right. Okay, so now I will write 15 and minus 12. So see here, 2x square I write as it is, 90 I write as it is. Instead of 3x I have written minus 12x plus 15. Okay, you can write 15x minus 12x also, it doesn't matter. So 2x is common over here from the first two terms, and you get x minus 6 inside, and here in the second two terms 15 is common, you get x minus 6 inside. So now you see you can write 2x and 15 once and x minus 6 inside once. Okay, so that's, you have to equate both of them separately to 0. So you get 2x is equals to 15, or x equals to 15 by minus 15 by 2. The other one is x minus 6 equals to 0, so x equals to 6. So now what was our x actually? Number of articles produced. See, we are getting two answers over here. The first answer says minus 15 by 2. How can you produce a negative number of articles? Number of articles will be either, you don't produce anything is 0, or you produce 1, 2, 3. You can't produce minus 1 articles, minus 2 articles. So this particular thing is neglected in this case. Okay. Okay, so in practical word problem, you are supposed to neglect accordingly. Understood? So the number of articles produced in a day is equals to 6, and cost, if you want to find cost, we had written a condition 2x plus 3, right? So 2x plus 3, which is 2 into 6 plus 3, that's going to give you 12 plus 3, which is 18 rupees. Okay, so this is how you'll do it. Alright, so complete the exercise 10.2 in your classwork. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.